will be a short introduction from Ian Gibson.
There are more 100-year-olds in Cuba than anywhere else in the world, and if you go around their hospitals you can see why.
Followed by a longer presentation by Ben.
The communities can proactively design their own transition away from the high-carbon, fossil fuel-dependent ways of living that we've got right now into something that's much more sustainable, much more resilient, and if we're smart and we're quick enough, into something that's much more fulfilling, much more connected to place, connected to family, doing movies and getting them to envision what it might be like in 2027. George Heath is an old guy from Totnes, and it's his food production areas, the market gardens, that have been paved over and turned into car parks. £1 spent with an institution or a retail outlet or something that's got more connections outside of your community than within your community is a very good way of losing that pound forever. You have these old folks not sitting in deck chairs, I'm told they're difficult to get out of, but whatever it is they sit in the garden, and these young folks in the garden working, and they're making connections that would never otherwise have been made.
A look to the land around the cities, to peri-urban agriculture, for everybody to get involved.
You know, which bits of it do we want to grow? Which bits of it can we realistically expect to grow very close to Norwich? Who's going to grow them, on what scale? So there are two questions really, and the first question is about what's already going on, and what would be the top 3 things that you would have down for that theme group to get on with.
Okay, we can fit all of these in because we can have our own project.
Yeah. So you need markets on the outskirts all the way around.
We could go one of 2 ways after tonight. We could all go away thinking that was a great meeting, we really enjoyed it at the end. Or we could make this the beginning of something really huge. And every one of us in the room has a unique position in Norwich. You know, we all belong to our own family, our own social group, our own work group. We all have different skills. We all have different temperaments. You know, some people are very good at big picture, some people are much better at details, some people are very good at communicating with people and getting messages across. And some people have different resources in terms of time. You know, some people have a lot of time, other people have less time, some people have more money, other people have less money. So we're all unique and we all have a very specific thing or things that we can bring to this enterprise. So what I'm obviously trying to encourage everybody to think is, what is my thing? What am I bringing?
Often you go along to meetings, it's very kind of them and us. People up on the stage telling you things, and people kind of come away from it feeling either inspired or angry or whatever it is that you feel, but then you might talk about it a bit with your friends and then it fizzles out. The structure of this meeting was absolutely amazing because people were centred around, they could immediately share their experiences, share ideas, become involved more proactively. I think it's just a wonderful way of conducting a meeting, and it was very inspiring.
The businesses really need to do more, and I don't think they're going to do more unless they engage with their workforces.
We were talking about waste and recycling and young people. Yeah, and we were like thinking of new ways to get young people involved and improve facilities already in the city, so it's more environmentally friendly.
So it's really heartening for me to be here and see that actually people are prepared to do something.
It's great to see something really community-based and democratic, sort of start something big, hopefully.
It's really nice to interact with the wider community and to talk to the elders.
Our allotments are divided up into small spaces, and people can take them on, they get training, they share seeds, they share tools, and it seems like a fantastic way of introducing people to gardening, which can be quite frightening, I guess, if you haven't done it before.
It's the first time I've ever come to an event like this, and I just feel really inspired and excited by everything that's going on.
I thought the turnout tonight was absolutely amazing. I think there were nearly 400 people here, and that's huge. I have to admit, it was a lot more than I was expecting. I'm dead impressed with the organisers, and it makes me optimistic that something's really going to happen here.
It felt like a defining moment.
Hopefully we'll see lots of tangible things coming out of this in the next few months in Norwich.
Encourage more people our age to come to things like this.
Yeah.
It's really good, and it's really, yeah, we think it's cool.